Hello everyone, back again with another doom and gloom video, a certified CEO moment. Today I want to talk about the recent Unity game engine news and basically the death of Unity. I think at this point they have royally ruined their reputation with their recent announcement. To preface this news, I want to talk a little bit about Unity's CEO, John Riccitiello. If anyone doesn't know watching this, John Riccitiello is the current CEO of Unity Software. He was also the former CEO of EA Games. So, if you know anything about EA, then you know they haven't always had the most stellar reputation with gamers, especially. And he's one of the reasons, let's put it that way. He's not very popular among gamers in the gaming industry and things like that. He's said a few questionable things over the years, so that's a different topic perhaps. But yeah, go look up his name if you want to hear a few questionable things about that character. But yeah, John Riccitiello, about a week ago or something like that, a bit just over a week. I think it was the 6th of September. It was announced that John Riccitiello had sold 2,000 shares in the company. Which is interesting. This is part of a larger trend over the year where he has sold a total of about 50,000 shares at this point. And purchased none, by the way. This is all sold shares. So yeah, interesting situation the company must be in if he's been selling shares gradually over the year. But however, that then leads into today's news. I say today's news, I think it's a couple of days old at this point, but it's still pretty fresh. And they're still going to have to walk this back, I think, because it's it's ruffled some feathers. Basically, what they're now doing, they have announced some price changes to their plans. They've added what they're calling a runtime fee. So basically, what that means is that the Unity runtime, every time it's installed on any device, I'll get into what that means in a moment. Basically, Unity will charge a fee. Now, that fee might differ depending on what sort of plan you're on with Unity. There's a few different plans. There's the personal plan, plus plan, the pro plan, and the enterprise plan. There might even be one or two others, but those are sort of the main ones that they mention differ in price. With that in mind, depending on what plan you're on, it then also depends on the total revenue earned from the product over the last 12 months, and also the lifetime install count, and that's the big one, right? So first of all, in terms of revenue, right, this is revenue, it's not profit, right? So this is not after the game's made a profit and then they charge based on the profit the game's made and things like that. This is just revenue, right? So that's quite bad in itself for obvious reasons. That can lead to a few concern scenarios, which I'm gonna get into in a moment. But coming back to the real kicker, right? The kicker is the lifetime install count. Now, this has led to very big concern with malicious or pirated installs, basically. What this might potentially do is lead to people, say, pirating the game or hate installing the game over and over again, basically, without paying for the game multiple times. And basically what's going to happen is the devs are going to have to pay for this, is the theory. And obviously, because of that, devs are up in arms. They're they're going pretty mental over it. Understandably, right? Going back to the revenue thing, right? There's a few concern scenarios just involving that, right? First of all, things like free-to-play games. So games that don't charge per download. You don't have to buy the game and install it, sort of thing. Free-to-play games allow you just to download and install the game for free, right? That's why they're called free-to-play games. Assuming the user doesn't buy any sort of microtransactions within the game, or they don't see any ads or anything like that, the devs don't earn any revenue otherwise. That's a pure loss, basically. They're having to pay for that install, and they're not going to earn any revenue otherwise. Say they install the game and never play the game, right? The devs are going to have to pay for that. Okay. Games available on subscription services. So, for example, a big one's Xbox Game Pass. That's pretty popular. A lot of big popular games built in Unity are on Xbox Game Pass, and games distributed for free as well. So there's a few platforms like Epic Games, for example, who every so often, every sort of month or so, will basically give out games for free. You know, who's paying for that, right? This then calls into question sort of where's that money coming from? Do the publishers then have to change their deals with the developers to account for this? They've not thought it through at all, essentially. But again, not even including the whole install thing either. Like that's a massive can of worms in itself. Devs have questions, right? A lot of very concerned devs have a lot of very important questions need answered, and Unity recently did try to clarify some of these questions. And how they're going to work all this out, you know, how are they going to work out the whole install count thing based on the fact that legally Unity cannot collect that data from users, right? They cannot collect user data like how many times they install a game. Basically, basically what they're going to do is charge based on an estimate of what they think is a legitimate amount of installs, say based on, I can only surmise that that means based on the amount of sales plus something else. I don't know. No one knows. That's the problem. So how are they even going to measure that? The TLDR of the whole situation there is we're going to charge you based on trust me bro science. It doesn't make any sense. Also, will installations count on multiple devices? Yes, apparently. So for example, if you install a game on desktop and then you have like say a Steam Deck, for example, I've got one here, they're quite popular, right? It's a great thing, I use it all the time. I quite often install games on my desktop and on Steam Deck. I don't always like to sit at my PC every day, all day. Sometimes I like to sort of chill out somewhere and play games on that. And sometimes, you know, because of that, I have the same game installed on 2 different devices. And that apparently still counts towards this installation count. Another thing as well, demos, will they count? Apparently not, but there's some scenarios where they might be. So they will mostly not be counted, which is how they're going to measure that as well, right? There's an argument here that this is only going to affect like the top earners that use Unity. So say I think it's like the top 10% or something like that of developers that use Unity. So people that are obviously earning a lot of money from their games, they're seeing a bit of success anyway. It's a bit of a one-dimensional argument, I think, because they're not really taking into account game developers who say it's their first outing and then all of a sudden it's really successful and they get a lot of popularity and revenue through that, right? Like, it's not going to incentivize developers to use Unity at all. It basically means that if they have any sort of expectation of success at all, then it's best just not to start with Unity at all. Otherwise, they're going to have to migrate from Unity to a different engine, which doesn't really make any sense, right? But yeah, it's easier just to use an engine from the get-go that doesn't employ egregious business practices like this, right? This is extremely anti-consumer. It's just outright greed, really. And Unity are really just out to try and fleece some of their users when it comes to you know, these download numbers and things. They're probably seeing a lot of these games on things like Game Pass and free-to-play games and stuff. And they're seeing these downloads, they have massive amounts of downloads and installs that some of these games get because a lot of them are quite popular. And they're trying to monetize that, which can say quite a lot for the potential dire straits that the business is in. But this is certainly no way to fix that. And it's all but destroy their reputation. Even if they do walk this back, you know, that's the trust gone, right? Most developers are not going to want to use Unity anymore. In fact, there's quite a few big developers that have come out and said, you know, we're not going to use Unity. One, if this goes through, and two, even if it doesn't go through, even if they walk this back, the trust is gone, right? They want to go and use something else, a different engine that they're maybe more confident aren't going to employ these sort of practices in the future. So, with that being said, many big devs pulling out. A lot of up and coming devs maybe don't know what to do now. What kind of alternatives have you got? What are the most popular alternatives right now that are consumer friendly? Let's say. One of the most popular comparisons that people make to Unity is Godot. Godot's open source game engine, which is entirely free. The only restriction really to that is that you need to distribute the copyright notice of Godot engine whenever you redistribute it. Basically, whenever you sell a game that uses Godot engine, you need to acknowledge that you are in fact using Godot engine, right? That's obvious. But yeah, it doesn't cost anything. Godot is free. It's obviously in the past, it's not had the best reputation in terms of its how powerful it is compared to Unity and what it's capable of, right? It was an up and coming engine. It's still quite new in terms of ability to create games that are as big in scope as some of the games you see in Unity now. It wasn't quite up to that level yet. But recently, Godot's seen quite a lot of improvement, and it even has C# support as well. So Unity devs, obviously Unity's in C#. It should be a lot easier now to port games over to Godot for that reason. It's not 100% supported. It is mostly supported though. There is a few things to iron out with C# support as far as I understand it. I've only just delved into a bit of game dev myself recently. So I'm still sort of getting to grips with it myself. But from what I understand, it mostly supports C#. There's sort of just a few caveats here and there. If you want to know specifics, of course, I imagine the docs, the Godot docs will have more information on that. As opposed to Godot, if you want something maybe a bit more powerful, perhaps something like Unreal, something that maybe needs to be a bit more demanding, for example, something that's quite graphically heavy, sort of graphic fidelity is quite high, right? Which a lot of AAA games are now. So a lot of AAA games are using Unreal. For that reason, the sort of ability to create 3D games and that engine is sort of unmatched at this point. It's really good, just out the box. And Unreal is effectively, it's the same scenario. It's free as well to use. The only caveat with Unreal is once you reach, I believe it's $1 million in revenue, basically you have to pay a royalty fee after that. So once you hit that 1 million revenue mark, the royalty fee kicks in, and that's about 5% as well. So yeah, it's understandable, right? They're certainly not charging you every download or install or anything like that. It's per the revenue you make, which makes a bit more sense. They have other licensing options as well for things like Unreal. Obviously, a lot of bigger game companies might be more inclined to use something like Unreal. So they offer sort of programs that allow companies to sort of partner up with Epic Games who own Unreal and get sort of private training and things. That's obviously a bit more expensive than paying a royalty fee but obviously that might be something that a bigger company looks into, maybe not necessarily an indie dev, right? So in conclusion, what an absolute cluster. Hopefully they can walk this back a little bit, but I mean, yeah, it's not looking good. The reputation's it's not there anymore. People are going to find it hard to trust Unity after this because it's incredibly it's incredibly egregious. It's very anti-consumer. This doesn't mean to say everyone who works at Unity is on board with this. I imagine a good deal of the company is in turmoil over this. I can't imagine most of them are on board with this. This is very much a CEO moment. Hopefully something salvageable from this. Hopefully at the very least they walk it back, but yeah, it's not looking good. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed anything important here. Comment down below. What are your thoughts? Like, subscribe if you want to see more of me, more videos from me. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.